Caitibuggz's entire purpose in this entire, whatever you want to call it, was to be a voice for the victims. And now she's giving the advice that you should not trust the legal system, that the legal system is bad and you can't really get anything done there.
Sit here and see someone come out about their story and your immediate thing is, well, take it up with the law? Like, that will serve any justice.
While trying to, I guess, justify why her coming to the internet was the right move. Honestly, you have more of a success rate of having things happen in a legal court or the legal system than you do on social media if it's really something on the gravity of the situation that you're describing. Oh, and what exactly is that? Well, the story is kind of changed, or at least if you want to be charitable to her and say that it was already hinted at, it has escalated quite a bit.
He has admitted to many times, this touching, that he admitted to not asking or getting my consent before he did. He felt up my tits on a couch with other people there. He stuck his hand up my shirt, under my bra, and felt up, fondled, whatever you want to say. He felt up my tits.
So it's a rather fast change for her to go from tickling, putting his hand under her shirt or stuff, to now just full on going and saying that he fondled her breast. In front of everyone too, some of the wording here is kind of off. Like, you're saying this was happening to you without you wanting it to happen to you in front of your friends. Would that make them negligent? Would that make you negligent?
I was freshly 18 and had just graduated high school a few weeks prior. I said I was freshly 18 and just out of high school. What I meant to say was I was 18 and freshly out of high school. I just put it in front of the wrong thing. To end, I wanted to share a diary entry I wrote around the time because I feel it was more fresh. They knew that I was freshly 18, and they also knew I was very drunk.
Get if it was a stupid mistake or a stupid decision, but then at that point, is it really worth coming out and attacking somebody, possibly just draining or just destroying their bank account reputation? Because that's essentially what a lot of people do on the internet. For the sake of taking out their bank account or their possible ability to garner more followers, which is the equivalent of power on the internet, they come out with these smear campaigns, these stories, or exposed videos, if you will. I think this bitch is no different. She's just doing it for the sake of trying to ruin his image and possibly clout chase. She put on the nice little victim LARP at the very beginning, and then proceeded on to, after her bullshit was being called out and things weren't going her way, she's just snapping on everybody and giving the worst possible advice to the victims that she wanted to be a voice for. But let's not put it all on her. Let's acknowledge the wonderful individual that inspired.
You think it's acceptable as soon as someone turns 18, suddenly it's okay to make all types of sexual jokes. It's despicable. Don't mess with teenagers. What are you doing? This lie that I've heard a lot of people tell, but I do believe comes from good intention. I just think that we need to stop saying it. Is if you have a 10-year age difference or something, you have almost a decade between you, to say, what do you even have in common? You don't have anything in common. That isn't true. I play Minecraft, and you all play Minecraft. Kind of a lie to make it seem like there's nothing that you'd have in common, when of course we do. And what it might do now is give an opportunity to someone older to say, hey, we have this age gap between us. You're 18, I'm 26, 27, whatever.
She will now proceed to go ahead and say that essentially to her, an 18-year-old is a teenager, something you guys have been hearing quite often from certain people, usually when they attach the freshly term to it, to make them seem like basically anybody that's hitting on an 18-year-old is a predator at this point in time. It's getting so reused, and I just don't know what to say about it. I'll just let the bitch keep talking. Let the bitch keep talking.
Plus, we're not supposed to have anything in common, but we do, and so it's special, and it's unique, and it's different. And that's so important when we do have friendships, and it's so important, I think, also to have those friendships so that these younger adults have people that they can go to that are outside of their parents. It isn't the same, that they can trust and can go to, and know that they're going to someone who will be responsible with them, and they will not be careless with them. But people take advantage of that. I don't think it's ever okay. I don't think it's ever okay to mess with teenagers. That's what I think is so much worse. I feel this upsets me so much. They're so young. They're so young. And you're so fucking old. What are you doing?
As you know, Shelby Bug made a bunch of allegations, or maybe one big allegation. I don't know, I couldn't stomach that entire 30 fucking shitfest that she did with no evidence, where she accused Wilbur Soot of being abusive or something. She said some interesting one-liners like him asking for consent to do something was a red flag to her that she should have noticed at the moment. If that's not stupidity of the highest degree, I don't know what is. But again, these women of the modern age, well, you're not very smart, are you? You should start accepting that more often. Give credit where credit is due. This person probably had the best take here. I'm sorry, but you lost accountability when you lied multiple times. The first story, you left out major key factors and completely blew it out of proportion to make it fit your narrative and to make it way worse. Your second story, you changed your first story to match George when George came forward and made his side. Multiple people then came forward and either vouched for George or started belittling your story, which I may remind you is your friends who was there too. Then George made a whole video that you didn't even watch but had your friends watch, which I may remind everyone that friend group is after them. Proven time and time again, so why didn't you sit down and watch his video? Or even better, DM each other to get closure you need. Now you're coming on this live and saying he touched your boobs. Why now? Why didn't you say something about this when you first came forward, and not after George made a whole video proving his side and apologizing to you? Like, girl, you're getting torn apart by everyone, even outside of the Minecraft community, because you keep changing things and lying. Please, for the love of God, make up your minds and quit keeping this going.
It is fucking sexual assault. Okay? I'm not gonna apologize, say that it isn't sexual assault, that I'm not a sexual assault victim.
Like, honestly, again, never really lie, especially to your audience. Okay, that's the lesson of the day. Alright? Right? Lesson of the day. But, in this instance too, it goes a little further than that because, again, your lie is made with the sole intent of either attacking this guy's mental health, which is, you know, could be a thing, damaging their income, which, I mean, that could be a thing as well, you know, and just overall being a fucking bitch that wants ass pats on the internet.
Asked him to stop again. This time he said, this is who he is. He isn't going to change. Those were his words.
You describe everything that a true lie that's been weaponized is the worst part about. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what else to say. It is just hilarious given how this person wanted to be a savior of some sort for young victims everywhere, when majority of the blame should be put on them, if nothing else. I don't know how idiots like Omni want to take the high ground and try to defend this chick. Again, it just kind of goes to show that big creators can be fucking idiotic dipshits that are gonna get away with literally anything. I know quite a few of those people that are needed to be readdressed, and they shall be. Oh, they shall be. It was first, it was he held my waist. Then it was he touched under my shirt. Now he touched under my bra. Vital information that make this just dumb, and her reactions, anger. Anger. I'm not saying you're not allowed to be angry. By all means, get mad. Everybody does. It proves you're human. But in this case, you go from waterworks, that's a word, waterworks. You go from waterworks and just crying, or fake crying. Anybody with a, you know, functioning brain could see that you were fake crying. It was more of like a emotional bias getting the best of you, which a lot of people do. There's a reason why so many people moral grandstand on the internet and try to provide these heartfelt moral arguments, because they're often the easiest way to emotionally manipulate another person.
That really just want to support an abuser in peace, and to be honest, I think they should be allowed to.
For an SA story, it really is that you're trying to parade yourself out to be a victim. No matter how bad I've ever had it, for example. I've never gone on a 30-minute spree, or a 30-minute VOD, crying, telling people to feel bad for me, because a bunch of people have either smeared me, harassed me, dogpiled me, put me in danger, you name it. And try to make sure that isn't the case, which is again, just taking it on the chin in itself, is it not? But I think it's time for a little fight back, because I'm quite frankly getting tired of pretend moral arbiters that make such stupid remarks and are such stupid bad faith actors. Fake morality needs to die. Main takeaway from this, internet people are fucking stupid. You guys probably already knew this if you're a freaking watcher of me. It is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna go work on some videos. They're probably gonna be edited, but they're gonna take a little bit, okay? Just add that to the list of things that I gotta do.